care about nothing.
I don't like it. I don't like you hurt. It's only the second game.
This is PR at its best.
What's up, guys? Welcome to Charge the Game podcast. Make sure you guys are subscribing to the YouTube channel and liking the video. Mase and Cam from the podcast It Is What It Is. I happen to be a subscriber of that channel, and I love their very, very raw content. And they had an interesting take on Bronny James, man. And this is a live reaction, guys. I haven't heard everything, but I have saw the headliner. So we're going to get into this video and see what they thought about Bronny James's debut. And you guys already know I'm going to tell y'all exactly what I saw. So let's get into this clip.
How do you guys feel about Bronny James' start so far?
See, this right here already lets me know where this video is about to go, man, because I feel like they trying to be very authentic without necessarily hurting maybe LeBron James's feelings, maybe Bronny James's feelings. But guess what? This podcast is called It Is What It Is, so you have to tell it like it is.
You know, this is PR at its best. You know, there's marketing and then there's PR. This is great PR. He's hurt. So if he's hurt, then that's the reason he had 4 points. This is PR at its best.
I never thought of it like that. I saw the 4 points, guys. I wasn't too blown away or impressed. Mind you, guys, I'm gonna make a few videos about this. I saw a few sports shows, Undisputed, where they are trying their best to make an excuse for Bronny James's debut, him hurting his knee. But one thing that Mase just said was that this is good PR. And when I heard his knee was hurting, I was like, is that LeBron James making a phone call telling Rich Paul, hey, pull the plug on Bronny James? We don't want him to have that much scrutiny. And on top of that, guys, LeBron James is playing for Team USA right now. And I feel like because he's the father of Bronny Jr., he wants to be there in person. He wants to calm the storm. He wants to be on the sidelines, pretty much giving Bronny James the cheat sheet. So now that he's not there, I don't think that he feels comfortable with Bronny James being on his own in a big boy league. Even though it's a summer league, it's still a big stage for Bronny James, and he hasn't been there. But I will make a video about that, guys, because I can already see the writing on the wall with this, but let's keep going.
I don't have nothing to say about this, but there's marketing and then there's PR. For all you young kids watching this, this is PR at its best. He didn't have a bad game. He was hurt.
Wow.
That's why he sat out.
And now they have him sitting out, I guess, the next game or the next 2 games, but he is expected to debut, I think, in Wednesday's game, if I'm not mistaken. But this is complete PR, in my opinion. Bronny James, obviously, this isn't looking a good look for him. And I told you guys that a lot of people are going to go sour on Bronny James because of LeBron James' selfishness. LeBron James doesn't realize, it's like he's trying to be a kid again through his son, but he's not realizing the damage that this could actually do to Bronny James in the long run.
You know, that's my niggas, but we gonna call it like we said. We ain't play good. Secondly, how's the second game and you hurt? You fucking 18, 19 years old. You can't be hurt the second game of the season. Come on. Secondly, yo, nephew, look, I don't like all the smiling. It's too much smiling for me. I don't like all that out there. Hey, I don't like it. I don't like you hurt. It's only the second game. You're playing up there in Golden State.
I'm sorry, man. These dudes are a little too raw. For all my new subscribers, obviously these guys, they go tell it like it is. And I saw a few people also say that they don't like the fact that Bronny James is all high, happy-go-lucky. But you guys got to understand, man. Bronny James is super rich, growing up in mega mansions, hanging out with Drake, hanging out with celebrities from all sports, walks of aspects of life, actors, musicians. Like, he doesn't have that edge to him because sometimes, man, your upbringing is what makes you. And I get it. Like, you look at a Patrick Mahomes, you look at a Steph Curry, and you say, okay, well, their dad, had them around all this stuff. But look at the time era. There was no social media of distractions. There was no softness. There was no council culture. So you grew up in a more gritty world. You grew up in a more original, in my opinion, a more original world where everything was still off the radar and nothing really made the news. Now you got to kind of worry about people's opinions. You got to worry about how you're going to be looked at. And on top of that, your dad is on social media just as much as you are. And the goal is for your kids to have a better life. Well, this is LeBron James' son. So obviously his upbringing and his life is drastically different than most people. Let's keep going.
I don't like your field goal percentage. I'd rather you had scored 25 points and missed 52 shots. Give me, this is your team, it's summer league.
You already got your contract. Go crazy.
Yo, Neff, I don't like the smiling. I don't like being passive. I don't like all that. I'm trying to fit in when you're supposed to stand out.
But it's funny how they say this because LeBron James he is the same way. It's not like LeBron James took on a new identity. I think that he became more overly spoiled and over time stopped caring. But LeBron James is passive like that. So what do you expect? The apple does not fall far from the tree. Bronny James is just like his dad. His dad is not known to be, he can turn it on during his play, but he isn't known to be a Jordan or a Kobe or an aggressive guy. His physical athleticism is totally different from his mentality. And that's the knock on LeBron James. So I just feel like he's only going off what he saw. Obviously, he may have saw his dad mad in certain settings. They live together, right? Grew up in the same house. I understand that. But man, Bronny James, man, like I tell you guys, man, some of the best talent comes from where? The ghetto, the hood. It is what it is. It could also work the other way or the flip side of the spectrum where some of the best talent comes from great parenting, you know, having kids around the locker room. You look at a Steph Curry, you look at a Christian McCaffrey, a Kenny Griffin Jr. Like, I understand that as well, but I would say most of the time, man, is all due to your upbringing and how you were raised. And I think that Bronny James is a great kid. In one of my videos, I put emphasis on Bronny James is speaking and acting in a way that I do not believe it is him. I think that he's being coached and told what to say. And when you're a puppet, you can't be a free thinker. So it's going to affect your game on the court as well. I get it. A lot of people don't take summer league serious, but it's a lot of cats out there that do take it serious. In fact, you heard what Cameron just said, man, you got a guaranteed contract. So a lot of people want to go after you for that. I mean, you got people who still they hungry. They trying to make a name for themselves as well. And you got a guaranteed contract as a second rounder at number 55. That's a lot. That's unprecedented, in my opinion. That's unprecedented. And on top of that, you are saying that you're not going to go to the G League or accept a two-way contract. So, man, people want to know and put a target on your back, Bronny James. You're going to have the biggest target on your back. And your dad cannot be mad at anyone, you know, but himself that people are going to go at you like that, you know, because at the end of the day, people have different reasons on why they want to be in the league. And these are men who have families, man. They're going to go at you with all they got, you know, like what makes you so special besides your dad when a lot of these guys feel like they deserve to be there and they worked just as hard as anybody else to be on the same platform. But let's keep going.
Listen, and there's no reason for you to be hurt. You didn't play college game last year because of something different. We know that was personal. No disrespect to us that whatsoever. I'm talking about as far as your legs concerned. Your legs should be fresh. Just sit you working out, do it through your legs and did all this shit sideways. I don't want to hear the injury shit. I don't want to hear it. It's too early. It's the second game of fucking summer league.
Wow.
I'm jacking the injury shit. Now, if you want to sit out but rotate players, cool. Nah, I'm not jacking that. I don't like the field goal percentage. I don't need you to step it up. That's what I'm going to need you to do. I'm not with it.
Wow. Oof. You said a mouthful there. And if you do think about it, I thought about this, guys. You guys see how Bronny James, he put on so much weight, and I made this in my video. I said you can see it in Bronny James's face that he has put on a lot of mass, a lot of water weight, and probably a lot of creatine and mass gainer combined, right? On top of the nutrition, because he's 6'1". For some reason, LeBron James has to realize your son cannot be on the same plane as you. You are 6'9", 250, 260 easily, and you still look lean. Your muscle is stretched. Bronny James' muscle is not. It's more compact. So at that height, who they said he was 6'4" at first, comes to find out the guy is 6'1", maybe 6'1.5". That's a lot of weight on your knees. So maybe because you're not used to playing at that weight, it's a lot of torque on your knees. You could easily tweak something, and that is not good. But then again, I think about what Cameron just said as well. Like, you really did not play a lot of college ball. So why are you hurt? Did you really exhaust yourself during the combine because you only worked out for 2 teams? So at the end of the day, it does sound like a PR move, a complete PR stunt. But I'm going to keep listening.
You out there like you don't really care about nothing, and you got to switch that persona, because everybody other than us, I mean, are going to be on your back about everything you do. And I want to see you really do well, but I think in order for you to do well, you got to embrace it, man. They signed me $7.9 million. I'm about to show y'all, all y'all naysayers. That got to be the attitude. Whoever's telling you to be polite, it ain't time to be polite. Like the dude that you was playing against, he had 30-something. Everybody is going to target you. Everybody wants to show that you don't belong here.
I feel like, Mase is making a very valid point. That should be the attitude, but that should be natural. And what I've been preaching is LeBron James isn't natural like that. But how did LeBron James grow up? I take you guys back to what I said previous seconds ago, right? LeBron James grew up single mom, Akron, rough area, where the world was less innovative as it is now. That time matters. I grew up in the same era. So my beliefs are very different from these modern kids who are more lazy, who think that things are supposed to come to them. And if you got kids out there, y'all know I'm not lying. That's just not his mindset. And you can't force that. We may want to see that, right? But I think that Bryce James will have more of that than Bronny James. Bryce James, I kind of peeped his character. I saw where he called his mom and did the prank. I see, like, when the camera's on him, how he talks. He kind of has like a little grit to him naturally. That's why I said key word is naturally. Bronny James is happy-go-lucky, always big smile. And, LeBron James is telling him what to say. So when he's saying, like, stop listening to what people are saying, you can't make him go against his dad. I saw the opening introductory for Bronny James at the Lakers, introductory or whatever that situation was. And you could just see playing this day that it's damn near like he was reading off a teleprompter, or you saw LeBron James looking in the crowd, like looking at him like, okay, what did we rehearse? What did I tell you to say? And it's just going to transpire into on the court. Like he said, man, do whatever you got to do to make yourself feel comfortable. And like I told you, Bronny James is talking and being a way that he's not used to. When the spotlight was not on him, he was free as a bird. Probably helped him with his game. But he's starting off already on the wrong leg because LeBron James is being very selfish. LeBron James is only thinking about how this is going to look later on down the road. How is this going to look in season? How is this going to look on the documentary? And he doesn't realize that, man, like, you're putting a huge target on this kid's back. And unfortunately, he's going to be judged as such.
Because there is some killer in you, but the way they're positioning you, it's not bringing that out of you. We might need to take you with us to the hood for the summer. And then bring you back.
Now, what did I just tell y'all? Man, the best products come from what? Sometimes, man, I know we want the best for our men. And here at Charge the Game, I always just like to keep it thorough, as real as I can. And the truth of the matter is, I see a lot of boys out here nowadays who don't want to go through adversity. You see these, like the guy was the kid that just got drafted, the Philadelphia 76ers. I hope that he shows up and ball, because I'm not with all the painted fingernails, the TikToking and dancing and all that shit. I like traditional masculinity, and I feel like that this is something that's going to be noticed within a lot of these new athletes, especially in basketball, because basketball isn't as physical as hockey, isn't as laid back as baseball. Even they get feisty every now and then. And it damn sure isn't the NFL. So when Mase is saying we might need to take you back to the hood to let you, get a little tough, it's because every man has to go through some sort of adversity, man, to be able to channel that grit. That's where that comes from, and for me, I look back when I was in the military. Everything that I went through built a very high character in myself, instilled intangibles. So I'm able to tap into certain things and certain realms of energy that most people aren't. And I don't know if Bronny James has that, because the only thing that I know based off of Bronny James is that Juice WRLD is that person for him. And that's what I mean. Like, these kids are just different. If Juice WRLD was the person that got you through tough times, I don't know, man. I mean, shit, maybe you just need a playlist full of Juice WRLD. Maybe they can help you. But in a grown man game, I don't know if Juice WRLD gonna get the job done.
But you know what to happen is this, is that it'll be 2 years, look, time is flying before we know it. It'll be 2 years that went by, you're averaging a single, and your little brother come and beat that we thought.
Man, whoa. What did I just tell y'all, man? Bryce James naturally has the height, naturally has the build of LeBron James. Legs popped out, toes pointed out, the stature, the nonchalantness, the flow of it. Man, I watch these guys play and I look at Bryce James. I'm like, years ago, I said, that's going to be the one. And I think that most people following the whole James family can see that as well. I think that people want Bronny James to be that, but I think it's going to be Bryce James because he is out of the limelight. It just seems like Bronny James has been always front-loaded because he's the oldest. But I do think that Bryce James, he's going to be the one, man.
It's just the mindset. The talent is there. The athleticism is definitely there. It's just like the pro game is slower, but you got to come in like Ja Morant. You got to come in like I'm here, bro.
Right.
Don't let them fool you.
I mean, guys, at the end of the day, man, I just don't know if Bronny James is laced with that type of material, that type of mentality. You saw the guy in the summer league coming off the bench who the Lakers drafted, I think, as an early pick last season. He went to the G League and he looks pretty good in the summer league. It's because it's certain levels. So no matter what we may want to see from Bronny James, he has to be tested. He was not tested at USC, not tested in Sierra Canyon, and definitely not tested in the All-American game, right? So let's just be honest, guys. Like, Bronny James has front-loaded a lot of talent that outweighs his talent, and like, he's going to be challenged. It isn't going to be a walk in the park, but I do believe that if he can rise above all of this, and it's going to be hard, then he may be a decent player. But at 6'1", putting that type of pressure on this kid, especially LeBron James, I believe if LeBron James would have just let this kid get drafted, that he would be okay. He would be okay. But now people want to see why your dad thought that you were just as good as NBA players, why your dad thought that you were better than players on the Lakers rosters, and why you are a second round 55th draft pick that's being discussed more than anybody in the draft. So y'all weigh in and tell me what y'all think as Mason Camera hit his spot, hit the nail on the head with this, man. Y'all let me know what y'all think on this, guys. Subscribe to the channel and like the video. Thank you guys so much. See you next time. Peace. Yeah.